Friendship is a co-op campaign with no save point. Hi, welcome to the Book Corner with me, Mish Atagana. Let's discover new worlds together. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Book Corner. I'm Mish Atagana. On this very tired day, I've had a very long week and I'm exhausted. But we're back in the studio and I'm not alone again. I feel like you need to not do that. That is so unnecessary.
It's my intro music.
This is your intro music?
Yes.
Since when did you get intro music? I don't even have intro music.
I recently went to like a musical.
Oh.
And I realized they had their intros and exit music.
Oh, so now you want your...
So now I'm on like a thing.
You're
I'm on like
intro
my
music,
life
exit
deserves
music?
intro music, exit music.
Guys, why did I ask mine to be like my co-host this season?
Well, thank you. You're welcome. I bring the spice, I bring the juice, and I bring the voice of the people.
The voice of the people. The people's babe?
You know, the people's babe. That's a running joke.
The people's babe.
Yes.
Talk to us, people's babe. How you doing today?
Thank you so
You're
much
back
for
in
this
Joburg.
opportunity. I am back.
What is people's babe? Tell us why you come to Joburg. Like,
I've been enjoying the vibes. I've been sipping in the culture.
The truth.
Aside from me looking for a wife.
You're looking for a wife in South Africa?
Yeah, you know, I'm trying to cross borders. trying to get my old man back at home to stop breathing on my neck.
Wow.
Be like,
your dad is on your neck.
What do you think about your life? Why don't you...
Wait. I once watched a video where your dad said to all your girlfriends on the internet.
You know?
And he was like, he wants to meet your girlfriends
He was like, at least let me meet one.
Let me meet one of your girlfriends on the internet.
Yeah, so the girls on the internet don't want to be met yet.
They don't want to be met yet.
Yeah, so I'm
traversing.
So
you flew across the continent.
I'm flying. I'm trying to see if...
So wait, we are like a couple of weeks into this podcast now. So you've been flying to meet people.
Yeah, hey...
Must be nice, guys.
I'm a poet. I'm looking for experiences.
Must be nice. I want someone to come fly and meet me. That's all I'm saying. But it's fine.
Yeah.
Some people have a nice life.
Well, if you're just joining us for this episode, I am Kevin Maina, aka Maina Mind. I am your resident voice of the people because on this corner, book corner, I try to get into her mind, and she's trying to convince me to read books. So here I am again, to make sure that I bring and represent these people.
Well, we're trying to convince you to read fantasy and speculative fiction. That's what we're trying to do.
And I'm on track.
Because that's what we do on this podcast. We talk about fantasy. We talk about speculative fiction.
Great.
As the people know, I am Mish Atagana.
Of the Book
Corner with Mish Atagana fame.
Thank you.
Yeah. To all 30 of my... Actually, I have 70-something followers.
Oh, impressive.
On Spotify now. So, to all my 70... something
followers. Okay.
And my subscribers on other platforms that I don't talk about. But I think let's discuss the fact that we're both matchy today.
Yeah, I mean, a little birdie told me we're talking about friendship on this episode, so I was like, Mish, what are you wearing?
Wow. Literally. So it was like, okay, Mish, I want to wear this thing. Can you wear this thing as well?
Yeah.
This thing that we're both wearing happens to be merch. As you can see, there are logos and logos. So this is merch from a Spotify event last year that Kevin was in attendance at Lagos. I think that's where we also got to talk a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I think Kevin followed me on Instagram, guys, and then like muted me and just didn't see my stuff because I think only in Lagos he unmuted me. But I don't actually know, to be honest. But anyway, we'll discuss that later.
There was no muting happening. I don't know where you're getting this.
But you didn't. You never commented on my stuff.
But
you never reposted my stuff until like that one episode.
Yeah, but I am now. Now I am supportive. I'm like on
Now
your
you're like on my
podcast right
podcast,
now,
like, but I
I'm
feel like
like going
you
full
came to take over
throttle.
my podcast.
You know, after I
my...
realized what you're all about, and I was like, gosh, she's doing amazing stuff.
Like, I want to get to know this person more and then take over her podcast.
Let me support these upcoming creators. Let me just be there for them and support them in every way they
support
need.
upcoming creators.
And this is my way. This is my way of giving back to the community and just making sure that we're there. So yeah, thank you for the merch.
No, like Kevin said, let me support the upcoming creators. Us upcoming creators appreciate you.
Thank you.
Let's talk about today's book.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to please pass me today's book, please?
So we have a book that is titled Tomorrow and Tomorrow and
Tomorrow. Tomorrow and Tomorrow.
No, it's Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow.
Yeah. So Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow is a book that I picked up. I want to say 2 years ago. I'm not gonna lie. This book has been out for a minute.
Okay.
And actually, Shakti, who used to be at Pam Macmillan, now at Jonathan Ball Publishers, had said to me it's actually one of her favorite books that she read a year ago, 2 years ago, 2024, I think. And she'd mentioned it, and I kind of saw it. It looked interesting, but at the time, it felt like it was a dense book that I just wasn't mentally ready to get into because I was going through some stuff.
Breakup stuff?
Maybe.
Okay.
And then eventually, I think I just picked it up one random day, to be honest, and I started reading it, and I enjoyed it because it was about friendship.
Nice.
And the stuff I was going through had a very intense friendship angle to it. So I felt I could really relate to this book. So it's by Gabrielle Zevin. Zevin. Published by Vintage Publishers, which is an imprint of who? Penguin Random House. So I started reading, and I just loved the story and the way it was kind of designed, because it really was. It's a design. It was designed, right? And I use that word on purpose because of the kind of backdrop in which this story takes place. It's about two friends, Sam and Sadie, who meet in a hospital when Sam is recovering from a horrific car crash that killed his mother. He won't speak to anyone. Like, he's lost his mom, and they're trying to figure out, how he's going to manage to walk properly again. And Sadie's at the same hospital visiting her sister who has leukemia. And this all takes place in the kind of late 80s, early 90s. And they both bond over video games. And Sam says they play Super Mario and those kind of games together, and they spend a lot of time together. Like, video games is their language of expression. It is their language of escape, right? But unbeknownst to Sam, Sadie, though genuinely interested in the friendship, genuinely building a friendship with him, had also been logging her time at the hospital as part of her volunteer thing for, like, I think, was it like church or temple? Are they like Jewish? I'm trying to think. And she just didn't tell him because she didn't actually think it was important, because it was just, it was this thing she did. It all started that way, but for her, this was her best friend. And but Sam finds out, and he's hurt and is betrayed by it, and Sadie is bad at apologizing and a bad communicator. Actually, they're both bad communicators, and it really kind of fractures their friendship until they reunite again at college. So they're both in Massachusetts. I'm trying to remember they were at MIT. Okay. So they're at MIT, and our story really kicked off at MIT. I don't want to talk too much about it. I want to know what the people want to know. I want to know
which of the characters do you relate?
Which of the characters do I relate to?
Yeah.
Interesting.
We want to understand on what spectrum of this friendship thing you were going on.
Like, on what side of it? Like, why do you ask it that way? Why do you ask it that way?
Because I'm the voice of the people.
I know you're the voice of the people, but why ask it? So, like, Sam and Sadie.
Okay.
What makes you feel?
Describe Sam and Sadie for us.
Okay, so they literally they meet as kids.
Okay.
And this whole story, we follow them to adulthood.
Oh.
Yes, we follow them to adulthood.
Okay.
Right? And their friendship grows and changes in that.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, they start a company together.
Right.
They build a game together.
Okay.
They have fallen out together.
Mm.
You know, they try to reunite after like something horrible happens to one of them through a game.
Okay.
One of them gets upset. I just don't want to spoil it too much. One of them gets upset because the other one tried to do that. You know, so the crux of the story about how their friendship gets kind of almost it's choppy. The choppiness of their friendship is simply because they don't know how to say you hurt me, and I didn't like that.
Ooh, because I was asked when you told me about this book, I was like, okay, it's about friendship. How does it keep the tension alive?
There's a lot of it, so much.
Yeah,
yeah, because like the fundamental kind of breakdown in friendships happen because someone just cannot say you did something that hurt me, and even if you don't understand why that hurt was big,
yeah,
it's valid. Like, do you know how many people in your life have you realized that a fight could have ended quicker or a silence could have been broken easier if you just kind of said that thing you did was hurtful?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then you end up sitting in that hurt because they just rather just sulk and pull away. But you rather sit in that hurt, pull away, hope to get over it. Sometimes the human mind doesn't work that way. Like your mind is like, okay, fine, I'm going to get over it. It's okay. But your heart, it says, no, it hurt. Like that's my friend. Why would they hurt me like that? How could they not see that that is hurtful?
Yeah.
That time the other person is probably thinking, what did I do? And they probably genuinely can't pick it out because because their intent was not bad. And when someone's intent is not bad, it's really hard for them to notice they've done something or pick out the thing they've done something wrong. Like they know they did something wrong and they were hoping to figure out. And they probably ask you, is everything okay? Did I do something? And because you're going, what do you mean, did I do something? Rather than telling them what they did. Now you're both just sitting there sulking where they know because the intention was never bad. It's harder for them to figure out exactly what it is that hurt you.
Yeah.
So it's not that they don't know they did something wrong or they just can't figure out the part of it that was hurtful. Because most of the time, have you noticed how the things your friends do that are hurtful to you or even partners do that are hurtful to you, it's not that it was outrightly a bad thing.
Yeah.
That in the context of the things you guys do together, they had a misstep within a right step.
100%.
And because it's a misstep within a right step, they can't pick out where the misstep was, you know? So now, rather than you saying, you hurt me, that was hurtful. You didn't say that. And now you pulled away, now you're annoyed. And they will never apologize because they don't know, or they will apologize, but they're apologizing vaguely because they're not getting the context of it.
And it's interesting because you guys still love each other.
Exactly. And it hurts so much more when you love someone.
So what is that like from reading the book, what does that teach in terms of collaboration when love is not the answer?
I mean, I think it teaches I don't know about teaching, but when I read it, one of the things I remember thinking to myself was like, sometimes it's actually not fine. I'm a fine person. You ask me, is everything okay? I'm good. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's always fine.
Oh, you're those people.
I am that person. Okay. Everything is always fine. And not because I don't want to tell you what's wrong, because sometimes I also feel like you're going to think it's a small inconsequential thing. And now I'm going to be that person that's like overly sensitive or being overly dramatic or don't be a baby about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now I'm worried about all those things. So I'm going to be like, you know what? Actually, it's fine. And I'm going to work it out in my head. Yeah. I'm also one of those people that anger is like it has a shelf life. You know, and the shelf life is, if 24 hours, it means I'm really angry.
Yeah.
But like, dude, 5 hours, we're not even like, we're done with that, you know?
Interesting.
So, it's like, when I read this, like, I remember keep thinking, so there's a scene where I think Sadie's mom, no, it's Sam's grandmother. They were trying to explain to him, like, whatever Sadie did, why don't you want to see Sadie? You know? And he doesn't quite explain that, but I was only a project for her. But he doesn't say that to Sadie. He doesn't say to Sadie, I thought we were friends. I didn't know. Like, if you didn't want to be my friend, why wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't say that properly to her. And Sadie herself doesn't go to him and go, I should have told you that, and I'm sorry I didn't. But the reason I didn't tell you is because I actually didn't think it was a big deal because you are my friend.
Yeah.
If anything, I felt bad that I was supposed to be volunteering and I was having a good time with my friend and counting it as volunteer. And that was what it was for Sadie, but she never says that.
Interesting.
And I feel like if Sadie had just explained that, everything would have been fine, but then we wouldn't have a whole book.
Yeah.
Then we wouldn't have a whole book.
Right. Because so the gaming aspect of this book is sort of like.
So this is the thing that connects them. It's the thing they have in common, right? So they meet because I think Sam is in the gaming room at the hospital, the playroom at the hospital, and he's playing either Super Mario Brothers or Prisoner of Zelda or some Legend of Zelda, one of those things. And Sadie comes in and I think they start talking, or she picks up a controller and they start playing or something like that. And that's kind of how, and then he starts talking to her. And for the nurses, they're like, he doesn't speak to anyone.
Okay.
And they say to her, can you please come back and sit with him and play with him because he doesn't speak to anyone. And he spoke to you. And she was just like, yeah, it was cool. We had a good time. But she also felt like so awkward about it because she's like, but I don't know what to talk to him about. Like, look at his leg, like all of this stuff. But the more she got to know him, she liked him. And both of them, same. So when they meet again, because they meet again on a train station, and I think he sees her and he was like, wait, is that her? Am I like, is it someone else? Right. They haven't spoken to each other in all this time. And I think she like calls out to him or something. And they talk for a little bit. And then does she give him a game or does she, no, she gives him a game that she designed. And she's like, oh, you play this and tell me what you think. And he played it took him a while to eventually play it. He was like, this is really interesting. And they begin to talk and they start to like hang out again and rebuild that friendship. And then they decide to build a game together which becomes super popular. It's called Ichigo. And this game gets super popular. Like it's like globally, known. And her gaming class, and so there's a lot of themes in this, right? So let me go to my notes.
Notes, please.
Man said notes, please. All right. Let me go to my notes and not hit the mic because I stay hitting the microphone, guys. It's a real problem.
Let's go.
Let me. Okay. So if I look at like Ichigo and how they kind of built this game.
Yeah.
So a lot of it begins with kind of Sadie's need to prove herself because, mind you, this is the early 90s. She's a woman in tech where people are not respecting them. She has this professor who's a narcissistic a-hole who thinks he's the best thing since sliced bread. He pushes her in good ways, but he also pushes her from a creative and a development point of view in terms of like the building of the game and the game world. Cool. But from a life point of view, he is like his name is Dove. And I'm like, what kind of a douchey name is? Sorry if your name, actually, no, let me not say that because in case someone's name is Dove, now they're going to come to me on the internet. But Dove, like anyone named Dove, I apologize because this dude makes being a Dove douchey.
Right.
And I think maybe being a Dove is actually a really cool thing, but this guy made it douchey. Because he was such a douchebag and he was her mentor and he was sleeping with her.
Oof.
Exactly. Like, so there's like a lot of like battling, for her work, like getting the right credit. But he also is trying to get credit for the stuff she's doing, which is really annoying. But yeah, so one of the things I think like with Sam and Sadie's dynamic to kind of bring us back to your original question about where I saw myself like in this, because I don't know if I can say I see myself as a Sadie or if I see myself as a Sam, because both of them are actually not quite mirror opposites of the same. They're the same side of the same coin. They're just not seeing that. But you also know the things you don't like in yourself are the things you don't like in other people, right?
Yeah.
But they like for Sam, for instance, like he often relied a lot on Sadie. So I wrote here, Sam often relies on Sadie's technical and creative brilliance, but also wants recognition as a visionary. Because they build the game together, but Sam let Sadie take a lot of like the more PR credit. So she was the person you would see on screen. She was like the face of everything. And part of him resents that, you know?
Yeah.
And Sadie, on one hand, is like fighting like against a lifetime of underestimation as a woman in tech, and she resents how often Sam will just is cast as a genius while she's just overworked or overlooked. So Sam is thinking, I want to be seen as a visionary. Sadie's like out here being like the tech creative brilliance, and Sadie's thinking, wait, why is he a genius? Like I'm also involved in this, and I'm just like, baby kids,
Yeah.
you both saying the same thing, so maybe talk to each other about it and figure it out. And a lot of the, like for Sam, like a lot of old wounds resurface as well. Actually, for Sadie as well, because Sam always kind of has this on the back of his mind as he's always being used because he thinks back to that hospital, to Sadie, you know. And Sadie always has this whole thing of not being enough and needing validation. And I think she felt a lot of that with Sam, even at that time, because she's like, well, why does Sam not know that this friendship means something to me? Like, am I not enough to be his friend, even if it started as this thing, you know?
And there was no romance at all between these two.
There weren't really, not really, right?
Something about platonic relationships in this regard.
Yeah. So this was purely platonic. There are moments where you they sort of maybe think about it, or the book sort of maybe suggests and insinuates, but it doesn't happen because at the end, even Sam, Sadie marries like Sam's roommate and best friend, and they build a company together. What was it called? Like Unfair Games, I think it's called.
Ooh, interesting.
They build a company together. But this is the thing though, like.
But would you say the book is written in a way that makes you vouch for them, the both of them, as romantic partners?
No.
No? Okay,
no,
cool.
I don't even want them to be romantic partners.
Cool.
I think the friendship is so beautiful. It's so layered. It's so complicated. It's like messy, you know. But the more you get to know me, and by the time we're finished with this season, I think you and I are gonna be like those friends.
Yeah.
But like, it is one of those things where I love a friendship like this. I live for friendships like this. I have friendships like this, where there are people who they are constantly in my heart. You know, they're the kind of people that they will come to my house, they will sit on the floor, eat cookies, just chat and just like laugh and cry and all of the things. And anyone who looks from the outside will assume we're romantic partners. But if you're on the inside, you will know that this is a purely platonic friendship that just happens to be very emotionally involved, to be open and caring and very messy. Very, very messy.
I need a master class.
Like super messy. I remember, and I hope he doesn't mind me saying this. One of my best friends, Elijah, we had a conversation once, and I wonder if this was during COVID, when we were in the middle of a call, and we would have these long calls during COVID. And I remember saying to him, "Oh gosh, like why is the world so like why is everything so far away? Because I could really use you right now." And he's like, "Yeah, I understand." And he said something to me, and I'll never forget it, because this is really the definition of how I think about our friendship and what we mean to each other, is that you and I know what we mean to each other. We don't need big words, right? And that's the kind of friendship Sam and Sadie have. Is genuinely, if they looked deep in themselves, they know what they mean to each other.
Yeah.
But they kept letting their own insecurities get in the way.
So what was that Oh my, this book is amazing. Moment. I mean, other than the fact that it related to a season in your life, or it was,
It relates to my whole life all the time.
Yeah, other than that, what was that like as a reader, that wow moment?
I just love this idea. Like them building the game was so cool.
Okay.
Like the technicality, the way they talk about game building, the way they talk about the world building of their games. It's so cool. Like you literally feel there are times where I'm just like, am I building a game right now? Like what is happening? Like this is not a fantasy book. This is like a best speculative fiction.
Mm-hmm.
But there are moments that just felt so, because there are moments, bulk parts of this book that exist within the game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where they interact with each other within the game or in the context of the game.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was just, I just loved the way that that was written. Then this is something I'm also starting to do, and I know you guys, my internet police people, are going to come at me for this. I'm trying so hard not to research authors anymore.
Okay.
Because sometimes it ruins the reading experience for me.
Why?
Like if I find like an author is like it's like an actual coder who coded and built games, and they wrote about like a fiction story about gaming, like it takes away something from me. And I don't know why, but it does. I want to know that this is someone who spent time to go research as opposed to someone who already knew how to.
Okay.
But kudos. Like I just that to me was super interesting.
Is there like a game in particular that they created that you would want?
Ichigo,
the
game.
Big game. Like, what was Ichigo about?
So Ichigo is about this like little girl, or was it a girl or like a boy? It was like this little person,
mm-hmm.
this little human,
mm-hmm.
this baby human. I think like is 8 or 9 years old. Actually, I should remember this, but I think Ichi is the Japanese word for 9 or something. But it's a number. It's also a number, I think, right? Or is it a book? I forgot what Ichigo means, but it will come to me. It's fine. Sorry, guys. Internet people, please Google. But it's like this little kid who gets like lost, and they have to find their way home, and they have to complete all this tasks, go through these different like things, the different islands. They get lost at sea, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's just, I would play Ichigo. To be honest, while I was reading this book, I'm like, wait. I was like, is this a biography? I'm like, does this game exist? Because I want to play this game.
A really cool
game. I want to play this game. Yeah. So and then there's another game that they built, and this is the game that has quite a lot of emotional moment, because it's like, I don't know if you've ever played any of the Sims games.
I have.
Okay, good. So think a little bit of the Sims, and you're probably too young to know this, but because I've seen your passport, dude. You're probably too young to know this.
You didn't even give me a chance.
Sorry.
It's all right.
So you're probably too young to know, but there used to be like this online game called Second Life, right? Where you would spend real money. Like you would go invest, you buy a house, you literally like live in a second life online, and you could be anyone you wanted to, right? So there's a similar game that they developed that's almost like a cross between Sims and Second Life.
Okay.
And you meet people, you interact with people, but you can present however you want.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? People who play maybe a little bit of Fortnite, or people who hang out in Roblox, like you're young, so you know what Roblox is. So people who hang out with Roblox like spaces and worlds and stuff will understand it. So they would spend a lot of time in the space in this game, right? And Sadie was grieving at the time, like heavily grieving. So she kind of was hiding in here, and Sam, knowing that she was grieving, and she wasn't talking to him at the time. So Sam created a character in the game and became her friend in the game. And eventually, when he revealed himself, she got so angry, she left. So that's like, I thought that was such an emotional, and I love the idea. Like, it made me think of Second Life. I used to have a Second Life character.
Yeah.
Gosh, I've lived, guys.
That was in 1999.
Second Life. I was a child in 1999. Thank you.
So you were playing video games.
I was playing Mario and stuff. Second Life wasn't invented in 1999. It's a 2000s game.
2000. So
this is 2000s right after I know I'm older than you, but jeepers, I'm not like a freaking crypt keeper over here.
Well, you make it seem like I was.
How old do you think I am, Kevin?
How old do I? That's whoa.
Yeah, because now you're like literally asking me
that's a
to say
trick question.
Second Life in
That's
1999.
a trick question.
Do you think I'm like 100 or something?
Of course not.
How old do you think I am?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Why are you putting me on the spot? Based on your history
not
now.
Not history.
Before history.
Look at me.
Before the history.
Look at me.
I was like, I'm talking to my peer. But now
you're talking to your peer.
You know,
like how old is your peer?
Like my age group.
Is that like 26?
Of course, a little.
Like 27?
Like 27, 8.
27, 28?
But now
that's what I
with
look
the
like.
History,
I look like I'm 27, 28.
That's what I would.
You would say?
Yeah.
If you saw me like in the street, just like sitting in a coffee shop.
You know, I'd probably pull out like, she's probably,
27, 28.
28, yeah.
28?
Yeah.
And then based on the history.
Based on the history now, I'm worried. I'm like, what am I doing here?
Like I'm 100?
Yeah. How old? Anyway. They say, you can never.
I've been 28. I've been 28.
You have been 28.
Yeah.
You have been 29.
Who knows?
And have you been 30?
I don't know. I know I've been 28.
You've been 28?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could have been other ages, but I've been 28, which means I've been 27. I've also been 26.
And you have been 29?
We don't know yet.
Have you been 40?
Oh, do I look 40 to you? I definitely have not been 40.
No, it's a safe space.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah.
Because apparently you thought I was 100 a second ago.
Anyway,
back to Sadie and Sam.
Back to what we are actually here to. I'm curious, Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
What does this book teach you about especially when you read it at that time?
Mm-hmm.
What did it? What I don't want to say teach, but I want to say what did it speak to you in regards to friendships and collaborations, and especially friendships and working together?
Yeah. So, that's a good one. That's actually a really good one because I don't know if I have worked with friends.
Okay.
But it's kind of a thing where I met them at my job.
Okay.
Right? And then we work together.
Mm-hmm.
But I always find it's so problematic when you work with your friends closely on something because either you get very annoyed with them for not doing basic things or you overcompensate and protect them from themselves. And I've been both sides of that where I have either gotten super annoyed because I just felt they didn't do enough, or I overly protected them because I didn't want them to get caught out, right? So as they say on the internet, I've tasted working and collaborating with your friends. I've tasted not. I recommend taking naps. Because no matter what, it's a lose-lose situation.
It's a bloodbath out there.
But what I loved about this, and from a friendship point of view, is like, if you really give a true friendship a chance, it really will endure. But to give a true friendship a chance, there has to be constant showing of grace. There has to be honesty. You have to accept that your friends will hurt you. And gosh, they really will hurt you. And they will not mean to, but they will hurt you. And sometimes they will mean to. Because they're angry and they're hurt. You have to decide. Do you want to be happy or do you want to be right?
Do you think Sam and Sadie understood that about each other?
Eventually they get there.
Eventually?
I think they get there eventually. The book ends with them saying goodbye at an airport and just saying they're gonna have a discussion and doing it. I don't want to say it like the proper ending. I don't. Right.
It's like a spoiler.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the back cover sort of.
I'm about to read. I'm about to have a back cover read.
I always read these.
You don't always read this. You didn't read there's some you haven't read, but carry on.
No, I've perused them.
You've perused them.
Yeah.
Tell me.
I mean, when it said the story of Sam and Sadie, it's not a romance. I was just heartbroken, but it is about love.
It is about love. Friendship is a deep love.
I
believe platonic love is the deepest kind of love. I think romantic love ends and fades. True platonic love
is tricky.
But it lasts.
It's tricky.
Who do you go to when your heart is broken by someone? In a romantic way?
When my heart is broken by someone?
Yeah, who do you go to?
When my heart was broken by someone, I went to my father.
Okay, familial love. Another deep love.
Yeah. And then I went to my other friends.
Then you went to your friend. There you go.
Yeah, but he's a guy.
So?
Yeah, so.
Yeah, but platonic love is not just
I know, but I'm saying in
friendship.
that sense.
Yeah, friendship. Friendship is like your friends. When the world hurts you, you go to your friends.
Yeah.
And your family. When your family hurts you, you go to your friends.
True.
When your friends hurt you, go to your other friends.
Who did you go to?
When?
When you were 28 and they broke your heart.
I went to my therapist.
Oh, you went to to your therapist?
My therapist does everything.
Is your therapist your friend? Back when you were 28?
Okay, no, I didn't have that. Why you say back like it was like right there? Where are we going?
We're still trying to figure out where you're at.
Mister, where are we going?
Oh, like right here when you're 28. Like when you're 28 the other day.
I'm like, how far back am I looking here?
When you were 28 the other day.
The other day when I was
when you were 28 just the other day.
Just the other day, just yesterday.
Yeah, and did they break your heart when you're 28 or 27?
I broke someone's heart when I was 28.
You broke someone's heart?
I did.
So where did they go to?
I hope to their friends. Oh. We're still friends though.
What?
Yeah.
You're still friends with
mature
your...
like that.
Oh. And it's like a
platonic friendship.
That's something we should cover.
I don't know if we have time for it.
Is there a book about that? Like exes being friends?
I think there's tons of books like that.
Is it possible?
It is. I think so.
Oh.
I think
Let's find a book that we can talk about.
Okay.
I want to get into this.
Please,
I want you to take us back to that year. What was happening? You know, who was in politics then? We want to figure out the timeline as well.
Okay, so guys, what a fantastic conversation we've been having with Kevin Maina, who thinks I'm 1,000 years old. Thank you very much for that.
I'm curious.
Appreciate it. Apparently I'm 1,000 years old, but I look 28. So
I mean, good for you.
Me too. I'm confused.
You know,
I am not far from 28.
Oh, you're not far?
I'm not far from 28.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. So we're talking...
Maybe by the end of the season, you'll finally figure out how old I am.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Cool.
So were you 28 when Obama was...
You forget, I too was a journalist. Ha ha!
I know.
All right. You got any more questions about the book? Or can we wrap it up with the people?
I will say the people can read this book. You should probably write a book.
I should write a book. I have written books. I wrote 3 books during COVID.
Oh, you did?
Yes, poetry books.
Can we have them here? You
want to talk about my books? We don't have them here, but we can have an episode about my books.
You can gift me one of your... But yeah, I encourage everyone to go check this out. I think I will learn a lot about this in regards to friendships. I think
so. I think based on the conversation I've had with you before we came into the studio, I think you have a lot of learning to do about friendship.
I do. And it's not even like I am pathetic at making friends or anything. Just understanding the concept of friendships.
Yeah. But this I mean, by beloveds, don't assume that this is like a blueprint on what a friendship should be on how friends. That's not what this book is about. It's a really interesting book. It's just about understanding the ways in which we allow our own insecurities, the way which we allow our own fears to get in the way of, building something or maintaining something that we've built that's really important.
Yeah.
And I think, and there's so many this story beyond the story of their friendship and their love, and they love each other deeply, so deeply they do, right? It's also about who they find themselves becoming as they get older. Like Sadie and her professor and the relationship with her professor, which was so chaotic and so not helpful to her in terms of just growth or just as a human being. Forget all that career stuff, because it didn't help her with any of that stuff. And I know people are going to be like, oh my gosh, she was sleeping with that professor to get ahead. No, she wasn't. So it's one of those things where she was making some self-destructive decisions because she was so desperate for validation.
Yeah.
It's so desperate. Like, there's a scene in this book where he literally they just finished having sex and he chains her up. I mean, they have a whole freaking kink going. I don't kink shame people. On the bed, and just leaves her because he got annoyed at her.
Oh.
He just leaves her there, with her. And I'm just like, girl, please, you need to leave this relationship ASAP. ASAP.
Yeah.
So things like that, I just feel like there's a lot of like personal journey that they go through as well. Like we read their story, the story of Sam and Sadie, and Sadie, but we also read the story of Sam. We read the story of Sadie.
Okay.
So they exist individually.
We both see their lives and then together.
Yeah.
I like that. And I think that's what I'm speaking about, even just witnessing or reading about the chaos.
Yeah.
And the beauty that is within friendships and collaborations and creating. So, yeah.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Well, guys, that was Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. A lovely book that I thoroughly enjoyed reading. And I hope Kevin is going to read it soon. I think he's making notes, like adding it to his list. Kevin, have you actually read any books since we began this podcast?
Yes, I have. I'll be telling you about them.
Okay, I can't wait
to invite me back again.
You are the co-host of the season. The season is not done.
Oh, great.
I thought we discussed this.
Oh, I just need some affirmations.
I thought you brought me a present today.
I actually got you a present. I don't know if I have. Did I bring? Oh, yes, I did bring you a present. I gave it to you before.
I'm passing
sorry. So this was the present I got you. It's a similar gift to the one you got me, but yours has something special written.
Tell me.
Which you can read.
You read it for me.
No, you read it.
Fine. Like, gosh, we're like those people. So like you hang up. No, you hang
like Sam and Sadie.
I don't know if it's Sam and Sadie yet. Just a girl who loves books. Oh, it's so cute. Where's my camera? Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. But
You're welcome.
It's just a girl who loves books. I am just a girl who loves books. It's so true. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Well, guys, you know where we're at. World Mission, all the social media platforms. So if you've read this book or have books like this that you want to recommend, please send it to me. I would love to read them. And this dude is...
Yeah, if you're a lover of poetry, just go on Instagram, TikTok, and check out Maina Mind.
Awesome. We will see you guys next time. And we're out.